Hey, I'm Dr. Z, and I'm a neurosurgeon. So that means long hours, early rounds, late nights, and everything in between. And through it all, I wear figs. They're comfortable when it counts and functional when I need them the most. So where do you wear your figs? On shift, on call, on the couch in the break room, listening to this podcast? Wherever it is, they fit right in. And now listeners of this podcast can get 15% off their first order. Just head to wearfigs.com and use code FIGSRX at checkout. That's wearfigs.com, code FIGSRX.
Pre-made meals are convenient, but they're usually pretty sad. That's why we created Dish by Blue Apron. Pre-made meals that are actually good. Made with at least 20 grams of protein, Dish meals are perfect for lunch at work or quick dinners on busy nights. No chopping, no cleanup, no sadness. Shop Dish by Blue Apron at blueapron.com. Get 50% off your first 2 orders with code APRON50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
This is Ndamukong Suh from the No Free Lunch podcast. Ever feel like your workload is out of control? Like you're wearing every hat and expected to be everywhere at once? Running a business means juggling books, payments, leads, payroll, basically everything. But with Intuit QuickBooks, your workload gets unloaded. QuickBooks gives you access to Intuit's powerful AI agents and trusted human experts who work together to handle the tedious stuff so you can get back to what actually grows your business. And because everything's streamlined on one platform, your customer management, accounting, expenses, and payroll all work seamlessly in one place. So go ahead, outdo it with Intuit QuickBooks. Get 50% off QuickBooks Online for 3 months. Terms and conditions apply. Feature availability may vary by product. Visit QuickBooks.com for details.
We all prefer things a certain way, like groceries. If you want groceries just how you like them, you gotta try Instacart. They have a new preference picker that lets you pick how ripe or unripe you want your bananas. Shoppers can see your preferences up front, helping guide their choices. Because when it comes to groceries, the details matter. Instacart. Get groceries just how you like.
Hello, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Roger.
And welcome to the Whispering Woods Reddit and Listener Story episode. Today's episode, it's all Reddit stories, and you're in for a treat, my friend.
Can't wait.
Because they're all glitch in the Matrix stories.
Cool.
I love them. I know our Debbie loves them, our Debs. She loves the glitch in the Matrix stories. So I've got a few to get through. I also want to say, if you would like to have your story featured, I will leave the email address in the podcast notes or YouTube description, because I have to remember we're covering 2 things now with 1 recording, and my brain is functioning on overdrive. You know what happens with my brain when it does that?
You don't want to know what happens.
Oh, can I just tell everybody as well that I did an IQ test, didn't I?
I thought you had told everyone.
No.
No? Sure?
I did an IQ test. Even with everybody chatting and Rod trying to talk to me, whilst I was doing it, I got 134. Thank you very much. And I thought, how does a thick person like me get 134? But it's a certain type of intelligence, isn't it? It's not one that can pronounce names of places or learn the English language. It's a different type of intelligence.
You're intelligent.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a bit dizzy, though. I just,
Well, that's what we are.
I am what I am. I am.
I am what I am.
I am. Oh, I am. It's too old to change now. I keep saying about how old I am. How old I am. That was really Bristolian, wasn't it? How old one is. And because I think it's because I'm really feeling it lately. I ache. And I've really got to be careful about going into moany old woman mode, because I am so good at it. You are really impressed by my moaning woman mode, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah.
See?
I am.
I have still got some skills. Right, okay. So glitch in the Matrix stories. I'll just start going through them. I don't know how many I'll cover, but we'll see. Okay. So, this one is from Galactic. Yes. Haha. Galactic Sensation. And it's called The Porcelain Dolls. This happened years ago during Christmas time. My family and I were shopping in an old store downtown. I've been familiar with this same store since I was a kid, so I know the layout and where everything is. In the back corner of the store is where the toys are. There are 3 aisles. I had seen beautiful porcelain dolls all on a shelf a few nights before, but that night I couldn't find them. I had money now and just wanted to get a few for my family members. I walked around that whole area several times, but they weren't anywhere. I was already getting strange looks from other customers. Then I had a weird idea to walk around one last time. That's when I saw them. The porcelain dolls were all there in their boxes. I kept thinking how odd it was that I missed them, since they took up the whole shelf on the aisle. Everything got quiet, and the customers walking by didn't enter the aisle that I was on. Even my family walked by, and nobody regarded my presence there. I didn't think anything of it until later, so I picked out 3 dolls and went to the checkout. Later, different family members were asking me where I found the dolls, since they too were looking for them. I told them, and they said they looked through the whole area many times and there weren't any. I don't know if this was a glitch in the Matrix type of thing, but just thought I'd share this memory. Now, I'd say it was a glitch. For
Possibly.
sure. What else do you think it could be?
Well, Tesco's do this quite often. You go in looking for something, and it's not where it was the day before.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I don't.
I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, but they walked around and around, then suddenly they were there. But you find
Right,
you find that with the gravy, do you?
Yeah, now that's where this story differs to my experience.
To Tesco.
To Tesco, yeah, I must admit. So it's more likely a glitch. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know, I could have been party to so many glitches in the past that I wouldn't notice.
Right.
Because I'm not very observant. Because I'm off with the fairies.
Yeah.
I like the way you just so easily agreed, yep.
Yeah, we are.
I am. And like, I've said this before on the podcast, that anything could walk past me. And when I'm in my own world and I think I'm in a movie or something and I'm in the woods, any creature could walk past me and I wouldn't notice it.
Mm.
Sadly.
No, it's sometimes the best way to be.
Yeah, I think so. I just like my little bubbles, especially at the moment. There's so much rubbish going on. So much rubbish, so I prefer the spooky stories, I do believe.
Yeah, so you're happy to believe that's a glitch, that one?
I think most definitely.
Yeah.
You'll learn to understand by doing even more so than our normal lives that I believe every single story because I choose to believe it's a bit like fairies.
Yeah.
And that is the way I live my life because I want magic and I want unknown and I want paranormal. So I just go with the flow that everything I hear or read is true.
Well, just heard Luna then.
Yeah,
Down the stairs.
she's coming. She might make an entrance. She's coming in front of the camera. She doesn't like to miss out.
She doesn't. Just a quick, hello, Luna. Hello, Luna. Hello, sweetheart. Yeah. Oh, no. I'm not going to bed yet.
Right. So the next
Thank
story.
you for that one.
Yes, thank you so much. And thanks for letting us share it. I really appreciate it. Right. The next one, and this is from I Have So Questions. Where did I go? I have been raised in the Upper Peninsula of MI. That's Michigan, isn't it? Yes, because I can read it. But had moved to Wisconsin, because that's also in there, a few years prior. I normally have to look these up. I was making the familiar drive from Wisconsin to Michigan to visit my dad. It was late at night. It's a 6-hour drive, and I wanted to do it while my 2-year-old would be sleeping. And being the UP, with nothing but woods and no stores, very dark, I hit a stop sign where you can go left or right. Either way, you go to different parts of Michigan, and there is no way to wrap back around. I went right, like I always do. Within a couple of miles, I knew something was wrong. The road was straight when it should have been curvy, but I brushed it off and kept going. I started getting a very unsettling feeling, where these roads usually made me feel happy and nostalgic. Nothing felt familiar. There was a weird building far away that I had never seen before. It was huge, and while it looked normal, it was the type of large science laboratory, research facility, hospital-type building that just doesn't exist in the UP. I told myself maybe it was built in the few years I had been gone, and that, hey, everything looks different at night, and it certainly does. But then a few minutes later, I saw what was like a completely normal-looking airplane in the sky, but it had flashing lights and was suspended in the sky. I know that things can look like they aren't moving when you are, but the plane was purple with flashing lights and had weird clouds stroke mist around it. The hair on my arms went straight up. I was covered in goosebumps. I turned on the radio and none of the stations worked. Even the time on the dashboard was black. I had not seen another single car this entire time. I tried my phone, but it wouldn't work, which also meant no GPS to confirm where I was. I completely panicked. I started crying. I have no idea how far I had driven, so the mileage wasn't helpful. But it felt like I had driven about 20 to 30 miles and had not seen a single familiar landmark. Just a straight road the entire time. I wanted to turn around, but also had just kept driving, hoping I would see something normal. Just as I decided to turn around and go back, I was back at the stop sign in the small town. My brain couldn't comprehend what was going on. I looked at my phone and it was suddenly working. The radio was on. The clock was on. Not a minute had passed. But that couldn't have been true. I looked at my son sleeping safely in the back, and I felt a relief and safety I had never or have ever to this day experienced. I turned right and I recognised everything as correct and made it the rest of the way with no issues. As soon as I saw my dad's house, I started sobbing. I woke him up after laying my son down, and I just held him, shaking and crying. He had never seen me like that, ever. We are not a big displays of emotion type family. My son is 18, and I still remember it like it just happened. My dad and I still talk about it. I even got goosebumps as I was telling him about it, and he saw them. I will never be able to explain it, or forget it. That is a strange one.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot like alien activity. Extraterrestrial. Too many teeth. Extraterrestrial. It sounds ET-ish. That's easier. I'll just say ET. Doesn't it? Because those are really classic signs of a UFO. What do they call them now? UAP?
I can't remember. They have changed it, haven't they? I don't know why.
Unidentified.
Unidentified? Unidentified craft?
Unidentified. Unidentified flying object. No, a UFO is unidentified flying object. Yeah. A UAP is unidentified aeronautical. I can't remember. I normally know it. So I think I've been taken by the aliens and they've wiped my brain. Because I do normally remember it. I'm not going to try any harder to think about it because
it'll come to you.
It won't work. Yeah, it sounds alien-y, but also glitchy with the aeroplane.
Yeah.
But no time had passed. But then, yeah, it is glitchy.
The time
too.
stopped in that on the straight road.
Yeah, like a wormhole. It reminds me of a movie I watched when I was a teenager, an Australian horror movie. I think it's called Day of the Animals.
Right.
And they couldn't get out of this. I think it was down by the sea. It's the 70s film. And they were trying to get out and they kept going round and they'd go back to the same sign. And in this film, it's a great film. I haven't watched it for years, but I probably need to have a look again. And the animals turn on the human race.
Right.
It's good.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Well, yeah.
Fair play. Yeah. But yeah, I loved it. It certainly made me start thinking,
Yeah.
Because the thing is, especially with aliens, if you've ever been taken by aliens, they wipe your brain a lot of the time.
Do they? I haven't, so I wouldn't know.
Well, yeah, but that's the point, isn't it?
Is it?
Because you wouldn't know, would you?
Okay.
Because how would you know that you wouldn't know that you've had your brain wiped? You've just proved my point.
Yeah, good argument.
Didn't think of that, did you?
I didn't.
Right.
There's no answer.
Okay. Next story. And this one... Oh, no, because that is not glitch. Here we are. This one. And this is from Scranton Bowbody. Towel rack changed overnight. I, a 29-year-old female, woke up this morning to my towel rack looking totally different. I walked into the bathroom, ready to take a shower. My towel rack immediately caught my attention because there were 3 towels on it. 2 towels were on the back bar and 1 towel was on the front bar. The issue: our towel rack has always just been 1 bar. We usually only have 2 towels on the rack, but there have been occasions where I've needed to hang up 3. There's not enough room to hang all 3 comfortably on 1 bar, so I've always just smushed them together on the single bar. There's never been a second bar towel rack to easily allow for 3 towels to fit. This was extremely jarring to me because I also had trouble hanging up my towel after my shower was done. I'm not used to tucking the towel between 2 bars, so it felt totally different and wrong. I even called my husband at work to ask what was going on. I asked if he changed it out or was pulling a prank on me, but he was adamant that it's always been that way. I asked how we normally hang our towels, and he told me we normally hang them over both bars. I tried that, and it still felt and looked off. At this point, I'm on the verge of a panic attack. How could our towel rack change entirely overnight? We've been in our house for 4 years and I've used that towel rack daily. I'm so confused. Oh, I really feel for you, because that bit when they say that they nearly had a panic attack, I had something similar. Now, this is about the table.
You keep the towels on the floor.
No, I don't. I do hang my towels. They get stinky otherwise. But the table. The other day, I've got this table. It's one of those that you can eat your dinner on, and it has a bottom and a top and a bar, so you can like slip it under your sofa. And somehow it had lost its what colour do you call it?
It's like wood effect.
Wood effect cover. And I thought to myself, it's like that sticky stuff they put on. What's that called? Not
Sticky
liner.
back plastic.
Yeah. Just kind of the cover, sticky stuff. And like a laminate-y type thing, but it's not called that. And I thought, Luna must have somehow chewed it off completely in one piece, like cleanly, left it nowhere. But my brain just went, okay, and it accepted that for what it was. And so I've just had, instead of this laminate wood on the top, it's just been a plain black top. And then, that's been for months, okay? And then my daughter came round, and all of a sudden, the wood laminate appeared again. So I've got my daughter here, and George's girlfriend, and I'm saying, what? I don't understand, because the laminate had come off and it was all black underneath on the tabletop. And Maisie said that she thought, oh no, Mum's got, what's it called? Dementia. Mum's got dementia. And she said, I was just like, oh no. And Beth's looking at me, and I can see them looking at each other, and they're giving that look to each other. You know, the one where you can catch people giving that look of like, yes, what's going on? And then, so I'm saying, ring Rog. I got you on the thing, didn't I? Saying, Rog, wasn't the tabletop black? And look at it now, the wood is back, right? So I am freaking out, very similar. That's why I can completely empathise with the author of the story, because I started getting really freaked out. Maisie's getting freaked out. I'm wanting somebody to believe me that this tabletop had turned black, and now it had gone back to covered in wood. And then I realised it was upside down.
Rational explanation.
It was upside down. And it had been upside down for months. And because I put it on the sofa so Luna couldn't get on with the muddy paws, I'd actually put it up the right way round, and the wood was back. So
nothing like an extra towel rail.
No, it wasn't. And I believe you. If it helps, I believe you.
Yeah, why?
That something changed with the towel rack, because that would freak me out as well. Because if you'd have said, seriously, on the phone,
it was upside down.
If you'd have said no, it wasn't, Sarah, it wasn't black, which is what I was trying to prove, that it had been black for a time, that would have freaked me out, because I would have thought, that's it, that's it. So I get it. Okay, the next story is from Peace Love Callie. Thank you, Peace Love Callie, for letting us share your story.
Thanks.
Really appreciate it. Glitch in the driveway. I'm a middle-aged mum with 2 adult sons. Neither lives with me, nor do I have a partner. I talk to and think about my sons all the time. I had recently moved into a new house, and I hadn't met any of the neighbours. I was driving home from work one afternoon, and it was bright daylight. As I was a few blocks away from home, another car got in front of me. It looked just like my elder son's car, which is common. and it was playing the same loud, booming music that he would be playing. I always say I can hear him coming a mile away. I get that. Have that with George. And Luna, she looks out when she hears music. I knew it wasn't my son, but I thought it was kind of a neat coincidence. As I was behind the car for a few blocks, they turned everywhere that I turned. Finally, they turned onto my street in front of me, and of course I made that turn too. Then, of all things, I watched them turn into a driveway at the house right across the street from my house. It kind of tickled me that this car was so much like what my son would be driving if he were coming over, with similar music playing as loudly as he would be playing it, and they were my neighbour. They had parked in a driveway next to another car in their driveway, outside of a closed garage, and I heard the music turn off. As I was grabbing my things and getting myself out of my car, I thought this was an opportunity to meet a neighbour. I planned on walking over to them as they got out of their car, just to say, "Hey, that's just like my son's car. I live across the street. Nice to meet you." I got out of my car after just a few seconds, and I looked over to where they parked, waiting for them to exit their car. After a couple of minutes, I realised nobody was getting out of the car. It was impossible that they could have gotten into their house in the couple of seconds that I looked away, since the time I heard the music turn off. So I slowly started walking toward their house. I wasn't trying to be creepy or anything. At this point, I was just kind of confused. As I got closer to the car in the driveway, I saw that it was a completely different car. I mean, it wasn't even close to my son's car. The one I had been following had been a green Volvo. There were only 2 black sports cars sitting in that driveway now. I looked to the houses next door, thinking I guess it's possible that I saw the wrong house where they turned. There was nothing even similar to a green Volvo outside any of the houses. And since a lot of the houses on the street are rentals, a lot of cars are parked here. All of the houses directly across from me each had 2 cars parked outside of closed garages, meaning no one could have just now parked inside a garage, then have another car park outside said garage in the few seconds it took me to get out of my car, and no one was getting out of any of them. I knew I followed a car for several blocks, and I saw it turn into a driveway right across the street from me. But none of them was the car that I followed, and nobody ever got out of a car, so what did I see? I've never imagined seeing either of my son's cars before or since, so all I can say is that was a weird experience. Oh yeah, it's been a couple of years since then, and I've never seen a car like my son's anywhere on this street.
We all prefer things a certain way, like groceries. If you want groceries just how you like them, you gotta try Instacart. They have a new preference picker that lets you pick how ripe or unripe you want your bananas. Shoppers can see your preferences up front, helping guide their choices. Because when it comes to groceries, the details matter. Instacart. Get groceries just how you like.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. That is interesting.
It's interesting. I wonder why it didn't turn onto her driveway.
Well, I don't think she's saying that it was her son.
No. But the fact that it went on the same route as far as her street.
But then opposite.
And then opposite.
Do you mean if it was a kind of glitch in the Matrix? If her son had been living with her in a different life, it'd go into the same house?
I would have thought so.
Yeah, it's difficult. Or maybe he's going to move into the house opposite at some point in the future.
Yeah, either way, it's bizarre.
There are loads of slips. Slips in the Matrix, I was going to say then. What are they called again? Glitch.
Glitch.
Slips is because glitch in the Matrix is also known as something else. Time slip. Yeah. Because loads happen in Liverpool, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah, there's loads in Liverpool.
Right. I wasn't aware.
Yeah, there are. I'm telling you, mate. Really quite famous ones. So I think I should cover some of those soon.
Yeah, sure.
That it would really freak me out. I can't think of, like, when I think about this, go back to my childhood and hearing about similar things, like going back to the future, going back in time or forward in time, you know, that kind of concept really freaks me out because I would hate to be trapped in a different timeline and not be able to get back to my own timeline. It would really, like, I wouldn't like that at all.
Would you like to go back, though?
No, I don't want to change anything. No. I think you just get in trouble. Like, come on, we've all seen it, Back to the Future.
You can't go doubling.
And I wouldn't anyway, because, you know, that might change. Something small could change everything. Like, as much as my children are difficult at times, I wouldn't change them.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no. I wouldn't say I was happy because I'm nearly 52 and I'm, you know, I think just if you say you're happy, you're lying. All right? At this age. But I wouldn't change anything, you know, because you never know what something fantastic could be just around the corner.
It is.
And if I change anything, I wouldn't get that fantastic thing, would I?
You wouldn't.
I'd be messing with those glitches.
Yeah.
And
you don't want to be doing that.
No.
No.
I could be like, within the next couple of months, getting that house I want.
Yeah.
You know? All sorts. All sorts. I've put my intentions out there. I don't want to be messing with my intentions.
No.
Because one day they will happen. Power of the mind, especially one like mine. Right, well, I think we'll leave it there, shall we?
Well, thank you very much for
keeping you entertained.
For watching.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you were thanking me.
Yeah, no.
I was like, okay, you may thank me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. See you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
February is the month of being in love with a rich, creamy sensation of My Mochi ice cream. My Mochi is premium ice cream wrapped in soft, chewy dough. It's like a sweet ice cream dumpling. It comes in delicious fruit flavors like strawberry and mango, and classic favorites like cookies and cream. Every box of My Mochi has 6 mochis, so it's fun to share with the people you love most. Grab a purple box of My Mochi ice cream today and feel joyfully chill.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The Colonel despised the word empty. Empty plates, empty tables, empty stomachs. That's why he made the KFC $5 bowls, like the famous bowl. Creamy mashed potatoes, crispy chicken, corn, gravy, and cheese. Because the only empty the Colonel liked was when you reached the bottom of that bowl. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. 5 KFC bowls for just $5 each.
Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
The stories told on the Whispering Woods are inspired by historical records, witness reports, and local folklore. While every effort is made to research and represent events accurately, some details, names, and locations may differ from official accounts or have been changed out of respect for those involved. These episodes are created for storytelling and entertainment purposes and should not be considered definitive fact or investigative journalism.